This is a Week 6 HFL recap. I'm the HFL Commissioner, Jake Irwin. We appreciate having you for another recap. We get started off with my matchup, as per usual. And let's just say my matchup was a bit of a heartbreaker at my end. 108 to 106, the final score against the winless, not winless anymore, John Dodson. Went with Caleb Williams as my quarterback. Since Lamar Jackson is injured, he did well. So did CMC as usual. I was thinking that Haskins was going to be the bell cow back for the Chargers. Nope. It's Kamani Vidal instead. I found that out the hard way. And if you are an astute observer, you realize that John didn't even have a starting quarterback in his lineup. Kyler Murray was in there, and he's been out. So that was a guaranteed zero in that spot, but John did need it, because he had Kyron Williams that had a nice day, along with DK Metcalf, and Drake London is really what torched me, because the Buffalo Bills have a sieve of a defense and allowed him to get 31 points, which pushed John into a winning position, but it's not like my team deserved the win anyways. Looking through it, my usual heavy contributors did not do well, especially in the flex positions. Kenneth Walker, Roma Dunze, and Michael Pittman, all duds, as well as the Packers defense somehow against the Bengals, and that's what allows John to coast to his first victory of the season. Second matchup of Week 6, the battle of family members between Bryson and Brendan gets the laugh this time. 133 to 109, the final score. Patrick Mahomes continues to have great numbers this season. J.K. Dobbins with a sour day. Alvin Kamara did all right. Brendan got good productivity from Jaden Daniels and Ashton Genty, as well as Brian Thomas. And looking down the lineup, Bryce had some duds from Keenan Allen and Puka Nacua, with Nacua getting injured in that game, resulting in him not having the sharpest day. Rashid Shaheed also took a step back, but Bryson did make the bold start of Kamani Vidal. Ever since Amarian Hampton and Najee Harris went down with injuries for the Chargers, but DeAndre Swift, he's really what put it to Bryson. And that would be enough for Brendan to take the W. Third matchup out of 5. And it brings us to the Weir Man. Take it on Levi Long and Jesse. Hands Levi his 5th loss. Levi continues to suffer from the Berg Bowl curse. Won the championship last year. Struggle immensely the next year. He's 1-5. Weir, though, made it difficult on Levi because Weir put up 168 points. Baker Mayfield, Jonathan Taylor, and Rachaad White. Don't forget about Jamar Chase just because Joe Burrow isn't there. He has himself a great day. Wan'Dale Robinson. Nobody did poorly for Weir, really. Tyler Warren continues to be a stud tight end. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Jawan Jennings had 1.70 points. But then you got Rico Dowdle, 33.90. He's been unreal. He's been one of the biggest surprises this season in fantasy. Hollywood Brown, a receiver that Levi acquired from my team via trade on his team to help out a little bit, along with Chris Olave, but Weir's team, too much to handle for Levi Long. Matchup number 4 brings us to the undefeated Jeremy taking on Frank, and another week of Frank hating fantasy football, and that's because, well, 2 weeks in a row, Frank has put up good numbers, but he's been outscored immensely. Another example of that right here. Jeremy puts up 211 points. That's some of the most fantasy points I've ever seen in a single week for a team. And, well, when you look through his team, you'll see why. Drake May and Bijan Robinson, together, those two alone, putting up 72 points. Craziness. I mean, Devon Achane and Cam Skattebo had awesome days for Frank, but then you go further down. Oh, yeah. Jeremy also has Jackson Smith and Jigba, George Pickens, Trey McBride, Ladd McConkey. This team looks like Jeremy went into the future to see what players went off this week and then came back to set his lineup according to that. That's how good it was. So, I'm sorry, Frank, but Jeremy's team was literally on steroids, and I don't know about literally, but it seems like they're on steroids. If a fantasy team could take steroids, it would be Jeremy's team this week. He gets the win. Fifth and final matchup for you. RJM, who changed his name from Dip Till I Die to Die Till I Dip. Interesting tidbit there. And, well, that didn't really help things. I think he actually changed the name after he lost this week, so who knows? This could be when Ryan wins out because of the name change. But before that, EJ beats him 123 to 103. Daniel Jones continues to be one of the most shocking stories in the NFL, what he's did with the Indianapolis Colts. Giants fans, I'm sure, love to see that. Josh Jacobs having himself another stellar week. Go further down the list, and pretty even until you get to Dallas Goedert. He's a great tight end. He's been awesome for the Eagles. And Sam Laporta on the other side to try and match that energy from Dallas Goedert. But the big difference maker for EJ, Daniel Jones and Josh Jacobs banding together to improve EJ to 3-3 and have RJM fall to 2-4. Look at the bench, as those are your HFL Week 6 matchups.